The curse of immortality denies death to those afflicted with it. And yet, it does not truly mean that they will never die. I mean that the body and soul will continue to be eroded until they are virtually non-existent, even if death is not the form that this erosion takes. Do you know why Hilichurls wear masks? It's to hide their appearance, lest they catch sight of their reflection in a body of water. Compared to how they remember themselves, it is a terrible sight to behold, one that causes them great despair. They have grown old and fearful of the light, even become one with the darkness, and yet the curse continues to corrode them.
Means I love you, in the language of the Hilichurls.
Coherent and to the point. Plus, the length seems about right.
The closer we draw, the more I am inclined to conclude that these ruins belong to a more ancient civilization still. The effect is stronger here than it was before. And I think it's because that water pool has something akin to a cleansing effect. Continue on. How is this possible? How could he have retained self-awareness for 500 years without it? lack Serpent Knights. They once belonged to the royal guard of Khaenri'ah. Because we, of course, were royal guards. But this would mean nothing in the events that followed. Royals, gentry, common folk, these identities made no difference. Against the might of the gods, the only identity that mattered was being from Khaenri'ah. But even she knows not to make an enemy of the divine. It is a way of branding us at the level of the fate of the world itself. When a god applies a curse, it takes effect at a higher level of reality than the person themselves. Thereby imbuing the newly born god with the power to topple the divine thrones of Celestia.
What are the chances of succeeding? Forget it. Even a 1% chance is enough.
Khaenri'ah didn't fall, did it? Since you're still here.
Correct. So, no need to revive the homeland. It would only last 2 weeks before wilting. But if you were to pluck one and take it out of Khaenri'ah, the petals would stop growing and turn hard. Only when it finally returned to its home soil would the petals grow soft once more, and finally turn to dust.
And focusing single-mindedly on confronting the heavenly principles We neglected our original mission, the revival of the homeland.
That man, Dainsleif, was the Twilight Sword, one of the royal guards of the final dynasty of Khaenri'ah. 500 years ago, he failed to prevent the destruction of Khaenri'ah. A curse of immortality was laid upon him to forever wander the wilderness, while he watched the people he was supposed to protect turn into monsters of the Abyss.
So, the Black Serpent Knights have nothing to do with the Abyss Order's secret.
There's no way Hilichurls organized an ambush like this themselves, not with their limited mental capacity. Thus you were behind this.
The Abyss Order simply got to them before anyone else. Khaenri'ah's technology, abyssal power. Two things I couldn't be more familiar with. said, the architecture here does somewhat resemble that of Khaenri'ah. Though it is barely discernible, I can just about make it out. They keep repeating a word from the old language of Khaenri'ah. Run. More than one kind of strange power exists here. Souls are no strange sight under the circumstances. Here, my whole body feels more at peace than it has in a long time. It's understandable that you did not perceive anything unusual.
Very well. Ad Astra Abyssosk. This time you are truly bound for the Abyss. Good luck to you both. The Shrine Maiden told me that it is the season for an unexpected reunion.
Now our paths cross again. Fate, it seems, owes you an explanation. Though I was right behind your twin last time when I entered that portal, the next moment that I realized where I was all alone, back in the ruins known as Storm Terror's lair. Based on my recent experiences, I can only conclude that the Abyss's portals are not simply pathways from point A to point B, but gateways to an entire network. Where they emerge on the other side is their choice. It can be anywhere within the network. You can be sure that I will learn the truth of the Loom of Fate operation sooner than it could ever fall into the Abyss Order's hands. Then, the threads of all fate will be yours to reweave. Loom of Fate initial operation. It seems like they are still launching the operation, or rather, are still conducting preliminary tests. The Loom of Fate operation is still underway, and I suspect that these amplification devices are connected to that plan.